Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aulia Saputri from Agri 2. Here, I will presentation about agribusiness student perspective in post-mining land conservation efforts. First, there is introduction. The background is land is the area of soil that can be used for human needs. According to Noto Hadi Prawiro, to continue life and ensure prosperity, humans must try to prevent the degradation of various land functions. Wherever the presence of land is an environmental component that must be protected or avoided from adverse impact. Land conservation is an obligation to support environmental life. The second background is degradation has increased and expanded. It caused by various factors, including rainfall and soil texture. In low rainfall, conservation tillage generally increases crop yields. The same effect was observed on the soil which is heavily textured. Next is past research. However, none of the studies has investigated the role of institutions in influencing on conservation technology adoption. Next, research aim. This research was conducted to describe opinion of agribusiness students about conservation on post-mining land and efforts of agribusiness students for doing the conservation on post-mining land. There is a literature review. Conservation land is needed to improve land use. According to Suprapto, post-mining conservation is defined as an activity aimed at improving the use of disturbed land as a result of mining business activities, so that it can function and be efficient according to its allotment. And then, mine owners should has responsible as conservation land. Other than that, according to Subtanto, the main problem in ex-mining areas is environmental changes, which include chemical changes, physical changes, and biological changes. Chemical changes have an impact on the presence of groundwater and surface water. Physical changes in land are morphology and topography. Furthermore, there are changes in the microclimate caused by changes in wind speed, disturbance of biological habitat, and a decrease in soil productivity resulting in barren land. Next is research method. This research uses qualitative methods. Interview will be giving 5 questions and will be asking by in order 1 to 5 questions. The respondent will be answering the questions according to what they know. In this interview, I need 5 agribusiness students and will be doing 1 by 1 student. Interview are conducted virtually and respondents will answer by voice recording. To analyze the data, we'll be using thematic analysis. Next is results. There are table 1 is definition of land conservation according to agribusiness students. 3 students say that conservation land is land renewal activities, and 2 other students say that conservation land is effort to use land. Table 2 is prospective student if there is a mining on fertile land. All of them say disagree because it can destroy the land. And next, table 3 is opinion of agribusiness students about conservation on post-mining land. 2 people agree to have conservation on post-mining land because it can restore fertile land. 3 people disagree to have conservation on post-mining land because it is difficult to restore fertile land after mining. And then table 4 is students' perspective on the importance of post-mining land conservation. Four, four of agribusiness students say that it is important because it is expected to make the land fertile again. And one other said that it depends on the situations. It means if the conservation on post-mining land uh, is fail, it's waste of money. And Table 5 is data of efforts of agribusiness students for conservation on post-mining land. Two people said that they should study hard. Three others said that will conduct research on post-mining land. Next discussion. The result shows that agribusiness students understand the meaning of land conservation and do not agree with mining on fertile land. This statement was said by all respondents, namely because it can damage the land. Some of them think after mining, land conservation must be done, but some others think that conservation in post-mining land is difficult because the land has been damaged. They said that they can participate in post-mining land conservation efforts by learning and conducting research so that it can help conservation on post-mining land. This finding supports a research study by Irfan that mining companies need to increase potential utilization natural resources and the environment by doing conservation. And in conclusion, the implication of my research is that conservation in post-mining land is needed to restore damaged land due to mining. I recommend to Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta agribusiness students to study hard so that they can help in land conservation. I hope the future researchers can ask more detail about the effort of agribusiness students in land conservation. I think enough. If something goes wrong, please forgive me. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.